Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. This is my OXO omelet turning flip and fold spatula. This is an 18 by 24 inch canvas. I intend on dribbling black, white, gold, two golds and a silver on here. And then just smearing it into place, seeing what I get, and at that point I'll decide whether I want a background or not. I want a combination of dots and lines this time, and using the white and the gold and the silver will all become resistant to whatever I smear over the top of it, so for all intents and purposes it's leaving some negative space. Not sure how this is going to go, but I did one recently with colors and I thought it was going to be a background and I was so wrong, and it was very cool and I love it. If I could remember the number I would tell you. There is a video. I figure if I start, this is some DecoArt metallic pearl, and I suppose I should move on because I can always add more. But I like the idea of having plenty of it. And the larger the dots, the bigger the smear will be. I'm going to move on to golden iridescent. I think it's golden iridescent fine. It's a much lighter color than the DecoArt Americana 24 karat gold that I'm going to use next. And hopefully I continue to get some out before it plugs itself up, because it seems like it wants to. And I'm running out. This turns out to be all about the smears. I think I'm going to go ahead and use some of the DecoArt silver. I'd rather have the dots than the lines at this point with the silver, because I'm not sure how that's going to be. I haven't used it before. Then we'll move on to the DecoArt Americana 24 karat gold. I don't mind, in my opinion, I can't have too much gold no matter what. Now we're going to do some metallic black, as well as the medium black. The metallic black is Anita's, but I figure I replaced it when I found out they didn't sell it anymore with some metallic black from DecoArt. I haven't mixed it up yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll be very similar. It looks very black today, which is unusual. It's usually fairly opaque. Well, no, that's the wrong word. It's usually fairly see-through. Semi-opaque. But being that whatever I get is going to be a surprise, it doesn't really matter to me. And go for the medium. Cross your fingers. It might or might not be a background when I'm done. Move a few bottles out of my way so I have some elbow room. Grab my spatula. Maybe a scrape dish would be in order. I'll do that. I'm going to use my scrape dish residuals on the edges, I think. I'm hitting the back wall, so that's not good. Figure when I'm done spreading all the paint, I can go back over and fill in the gaps if I still want to. So far, I haven't needed to scrape my blade off, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm trying not to cross over where I've already been, because that'll just mix the paint more than I want it to be mixed yet. I do like to use my residuals, especially when they'll fill in spots. that I didn't add any paint. If I don't care for it, I'll just add colors and or textures. Just going by intuition. Trying to stop short when I get to the next smear. I think this is going to wind up being a background. And if I was inspired, I'd add some colors now. I thought about using copper, and you could. I'm looking for the gaps now. But I'm about to call it stage 1 and done before I make my decision about what comes next. I really want to go end to end and see what happens. It's kind of a risk. Because I like the brindle mottled effect of not overly smearing the paint. But I can always go back in and use just black and leave what's behind left over. Oh, I missed a spot completely. That's an opportunity for a little bit of white. Probably could have left myself more opportunities. But seeming as I haven't done exactly this before. There's another one. Got a few cells accidentally happening. I could use some cell activator and have some fun. I want to add some black now and see what happens, especially where I just smeared through. So let's try it. I don't mind that. I want to do it in a few places. And I could squeeze just lines on. Let's start with that, see what happens. Kind of don't mind that. I could definitely fill in with or utilize a toothy tool if I wanted to. And I could definitely lay more color over the top, and I'm thinking maybe gold would be cool, and I could wait to do that till tomorrow. I'm not thinking about anything too much. Just trying to feel where it might be interesting to put things down. I've got scraping tools, but I'm not sure I want to use them yet. I could also use white over the top. I think this makes an excellent background for something. I kind of want to try the gold over the top of the black just because I know it'll sell. honestly, if I make a mistake, I can always make it into a background. Which is pretty much a redundant statement at this point. I'm dying to try some white. That makes me want to zigzag things. And white will be good for adding color later. Well, I don't know what it is, but it is what it is for now. It doesn't keep me from wanting to add black. Not sure about that at all. Not everything works out. It's just making me want to scrape through and see what happens. If I scrape through, it's going to be down to canvas. I've got this weird tool with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Could add some feeling of movement. There's the tool I'm looking for. Little tiny teeth. If it's still wet, I can go back and add some paint, which I might want to do. But I am actually enjoying doing this, so it doesn't matter so much if it turns out or not. Well, this thing turned out to be all about the scratching. I wonder what color I'll decide to add, if any. That was a good mark. I could use a few more like that. Ah, some of my paint is beginning to dry. It's kind of dynamic, actually. And I'm having fun, like I said. And I think when I go ahead and use colors, if I do so, they'll stick in the little grooves, and that might be nice. I think I'm done. Do I want to do anything else to it now? If I could get this golden gold iridescent to come out, I might want to add some lines. That will do for now. So when I did this initially, and this is the next day, I thought it would be interesting to have some copper or some red orange and some teal, and I've got indigo teal, and I tried a little bit of the saffron, but it seemed too dark, and I found this bonfire, and I tend to want to use my fingers, which I don't recommend. I'm going to say if you're going to do it, use gloves, but I think it adds something. It'd be nice if it would turn without hitting. And I'm thinking, because I've got the mark making cross hatches, that I should go ahead and try one of my silicone brushes. Let's see what that does. And if it's subtle, that's okay. But I might try both. The bonfire and the saffron. But I'm going to have to swivel this around to decide where it's going to go. And I can wipe most of it off if I want to with a damp paper towel, but it's still going to be stuck in the grids, which is kind of okay with me. I'm going to say sorry for my head already. And I thought about adding some more gold. I'm going to try and work with the saffron first before I make any judgments about what else I might want to do. Because I've decided I like it better than the bonfire. I especially like it when it sticks in the little grooves, which it doesn't do as much as I would anticipate. Must be time to try the indigo teal. I don't mind it in the negative spaces either. It's really nice that because the background is painted, the next layer will scrape off easily if you want it to be removed, like so. As long as it's not dry, of course. I just got the call to some midnight shadow, which I should not be thinking about right now. That's the indigo teal, and that's quite a bit. I want to get rid of this saffron on my brush rather than wipe it off. I'll use it in the painting somewhere. And then I'll wipe my brush off, because then I'll know it's clean. I do have to lean over to get to the other side of an 18 by 24. And I do like that. I have to feel pretty brazen and brave to do this because I liked it the way it was. That's me removing some of it. And then I'll just use my residuals wherever they strike my fancy. I've been thinking about turquoise and copper for a long time and not doing it. I don't know how much more I want. I don't think it's going to be a lot. But I do need to swivel this around to make sure I'm happy with what I've got. I'm going to go. I don't know that that's going to show up very well because I'm planning on doing it just over the black. But it'll add a subtle color. Yeah, I think less is more with this whole idea. I'm still getting this call to purple that I don't know what to do with. Maybe a little tiny bit of purple. I gotta try it. I didn't expect to do that. Truly. I don't think a little, if I'm just really careful, come on, turn, it might be okay. If I take most of it off, leave a shadow behind, that kind of works. I've never really spent enough time playing with these brushes, and they're well worth playing with. If I weren't making a video, I could just go to town. Maybe someday I should just go to town. I thought about a little bit more gold, and I'm still not done thinking about it, and if it's handy, I might do that. So I like the idea of the iridescent gold from Golden, which I did leave somewhere on its side, I thought. I've got a little water dragon that's leaking out of its bottle on its side. Might as well try that too, because it's another turquoise. I really want that gold. Well, I'm not seeing it. There it is. Ha! It's in a strange place. Let's put it back in the strange place. Maybe I'll remember where it is next time. Oh, I like how that looks. And if I create any more lines, it's okay because there's lots of lines. I'll get my extra paint that I just spilled. And I think I'll be able to use that in a moment. I don't mind them mixing together a bit. I'm a little clumsy today. I think a little more black wouldn't hurt either. I love carving paint away and exposing other colors. And I've never allowed myself the great pleasure of layering as much as I anticipate I'd like to have done so. I would have to say that's almost done. I've got perfect indigo, and since I already used the frozen amethyst, I think I'm going to try it. Because it's nice and dark. It goes with everything very well, I think. It gives things a depth, other than just the black. It also makes my videos way too long. Never mind, because nobody's watching anymore anyway. Well, I'm not trying to insult those of you who are still watching, but there used to be thousands, and then there were hundreds, and now there's 50. Oh yeah, that really does something. I like how that worked out. Cool. Maybe just a little more. And then I'm going to probably call it done. This reminds me of one of my father's paintings, actually. I gotta quit forcing myself to tidy things up that need to just be left alone. Not sure about that at all. So we'll take as much of it away as I can. Use the residual over here. I'm pretty happy with all that. Well, that was fun. Thanks for joining me. And I really enjoyed doing the mark making. I seriously think there could be some black added to this in another layer, in another session. But it's not going to happen right now. And it's good enough for now. I'm done. Thanks again, for joining me. Love you guys. Come again. Hi, this is Priscilla. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you'd like to be super helpful, please join the membership. My art is for sale. I'm here to help. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I have 2 books on paint pouring. They're found in the Amazon link, and the Amazon link is found on the link tree in the description underneath the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you come again. Bye for now. Priscilla out.